Greetings, my young Padawans. Thank you for following your journey to my blog. For the past 3 weeks, we have been focusing on our planet Earth and what we can do to protect our planet and help our planet. But this week, we have something new. Instead of focusing on our Earth, we're going to be turning our eyes to the skies, and we are going to be journeying to a galaxy far, far away to be participating in Steam Wars. That's right. For the next 4 weeks, we are going to be working on some Star Wars themed challenges where you are going to compete with your family members to see who can make it through Jedi training and become the ultimate Jedi Master of your household. So this week we have a really exciting challenge where you're going to be able to make some gliders, and your challenge is to see who in the house can build the best glider and fly it the furthest. So you're going to be building, you have a choice. You have a couple different gliders you can build. We have the circle glider, which looks like this. We have the double circle glider, which looks like this. And we have a ring glider, which is similar to the circle glider, but the circle glider only has 1 point in the middle, and this has like a V in the middle. So when you are in the slideshow, I'm going to walk you through the slideshow right now. It starts with our title slide for Steam Wars, because we are going to be in Jedi training. So my question for you is, are you a Jedi in training? I hope the answer is yes. I know I am already a Jedi Master. I want to see who can join my ranks. So it says, can you master the Force? You're going to click here on this link right down here, which will take you to a video that kind of gives you a preview of the upcoming challenges. After you've watched that video on YouTube, you're going to go to the next slide, which is the Fly a Glider challenge number 1. So it says, how can you create a glider that will fly the farthest distance? So here are the 3 types of gliders you can build. You can choose whichever one you'd like. If you click down here, there is a video that tells you how to make the circle glider. For the circle glider, all you need is a piece of paper, which you are going to cut into a square. It could be a piece of printer paper, it could be a piece of notebook paper, it could be a piece of paper you already used, just scrap paper, that's fine. If you click here, it will give you the directions for how to make the double circle glider. For this one, all you'll need is some paper and some tape. You could also use a glue stick, but you don't need it if you have tape. I made mine out of a straw, but in the video they show you how to just use a piece of paper to make this, but you can also use a straw to make it. And then over here for the ring wing glider, this does not take you to a video, this takes you to some written directions. This one I think is the trickiest to make, but I also like how this one flies the best. And all you need is a piece of paper for that as well. Once you have picked a glider you want to make, okay, you're going to go through the mission. So it says, ask, which glider design will fly the furthest distance? Which one do you think is going to go the farthest? So think, what size and shape will help the glider go farther? Share your ideas with a family member. So I want all of these challenges to be family challenges. So if you have brothers and sisters, you can all be participating in this with mom and dad. If you are, if there's no one in your house that wants to participate, you can even do this on Zoom with a different family member like grandma and grandpa or some cousins. You can still participate together. So plan. To master this STEAM skill, you must design a glider that can travel the farthest. So I already showed you the 3 types. You have to decide which one you want to make. Now, each person in your family can do their own. Maybe I make the double circle glider and my son Charlie wanted to make this one. Each person can make a different one. That's fine. Or everyone can make the same. That also is fine. okay? So after you have decided which one you think is going to go the furthest, you get to create it. And once again, those videos and the written directions will tell you how to make them. So after you construct your glider, now you have to test it. So you're going to pick a starting spot where everybody starts from the same spot so that no one cheats. And then you're going to throw your glider and you're going to measure how far it flies. So you can use a ruler, you can use a yardstick, you can use a measuring tape, or you can just use your feet. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So with your family, keep track of each person's flight length. A sample recording sheet is on the next page, and I've actually made a link to a doc where you're going to be able to make your own. And then it says improve. Which glider flew the furthest? What design feature helped it fly farther? Share with your family ways you can design the glider so it goes farther, and then try them out. So whenever we are doing activities, we always want to make sure when we're engineering that we're trying to be better. So even if your design is the one that goes the farthest in your family, think to yourself, how can I make it go even farther in the future? Okay, so things I could play with. Well, could I make the ring bigger or smaller? Does that matter? What if instead of using a straw, what if I did use the paper? What if I used a thicker paper or a thinner paper? Does the weight change how this flies? Same with this. I just used printer paper. Well, what if I used thick cardstock? What if I used thin notebook paper? What if I taped a penny on here to add some weight? Would that make a difference? Those are variables that you can try out to improve your design. Once you have done that, then you are going to go to your recording sheet. So you'll need this open while you are working on your trials, your tests. So where it says click here, you're going to click on that. And you're going to get a screen that looks like this. It says copy document. Would you like to make a copy of glider recording sheet? You're going to click make a copy. This way you have your own recording sheet. You're not writing on mine, and then you can send this to me. Okay? So what you're going to do in your recording sheet is you are going to put your name and your teacher. So I might say my name is Luke Skywalker, and I am in Miss St. George's class. Okay? Then the next person, maybe this is Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren is in Miss Palma's class. Of course, you're going to put your real names so that I know who it is. If you have more brothers and sisters in the house that have worked on this with you, you can just hit enter and add more, okay? So you are going to put your name and your teacher. Then, for each person in your family, you're going to put their name, Luke, and let's say maybe Leia was with you. And what about Han? We can't forget about Ray, of course. So you're going to add everyone in your family. And then what type of glider they used. Well, let's say Luke used the circle glider. Leia wanted to use the double circle. And, oops, that's not how you spell circle. And let's say Han used the double ring, or the, what was it called? I forget what it was called. Whatever, the name of it. Then Luke throws his first one. We measure how far it went. Okay, his only went, let's say it went 33 inches. Okay. Then we would let Leia go. We'd see how far hers went. Oh, hers went 45 inches. Wonderful. Then we would let Han go and we would record that. Once everyone gets one try, then we can do a second try and a third try and a fourth try. Okay. And whoever has the furthest, theirs flies the furthest distance in the end is the Master Jedi in the house. They won the challenge, okay? So you can either just pick who has the longest distance, or if you are a 4th or 5th grader, you can make an average. You can add up the 4 trials for yourself, add them up and then divide them by 4, and that's your average, okay? You can do that too. So after you have filled out your recording sheet, it says take turns to fly your glider the farthest. The goal is for all family members to improve their design so they increase the distance the glider can fly. So on the first time when I throw it, maybe it didn't go very far. So I have a choice. I can either improve, not start a new one, but maybe, oh, you know, I noticed this is kind of flat. Maybe this needs to be more circular. Maybe that's my problem, and fix it a little. Or maybe it's the way I threw it. I can try throwing it differently using a different technique. I'm not going to choose a different glider. Once you've made a glider, that's the glider you stick with for all 4 tries. But I think, well, how can I make this a little better? Oh, I made it with a straw and the straw's kind of bent. Oh, maybe that's good. Maybe I need to straighten it. I'm not sure. So just make tiny little adjustments to make sure yours flies the farthest, okay? The family member with the longest distance is the Master Jedi for that challenge. Oops. Okay, so please make sure you pick only 1 unit of measurement to record the distance traveled. So if you chose inches, everyone measures in inches. If you chose centimeters, everyone measures in centimeters. If you don't have a ruler or a measuring tape, you can do what it shows over here. You pick the person with the smallest foot in your house to pace off the distance. They put 1 foot right in front of the other and then the next foot, and you count how many feet it is. So their toes and heels should touch. And that's how you know when they walk in a straight line. And so you could measure it that way using a foot, okay? Then over here, after you've completed the recording sheet and all the tries, there is an alternate training mission you can do. This one is optional. You don't have to do this one. But if you're really into Star Wars and really into this challenge like I am, this could be another fun thing to do. So this one, instead of how far, this is how accurate. So what you're going to do is make either a hoop, like a circle, maybe if you have a hula hoop, or you just make a hoop out of something, or you can make a target you want to hit. And you're going to have everyone choose one type of glider for this one. So the last one, I could have this, my brother could have this one. We could each have a different one. This time you're all going to use the same kind and you're going to make it the exact same size. You could even just make a glider and everyone too. That way everyone's is exactly the same and there's no cheating, okay? And this time you're going to see, okay, who can be the most accurate? Who can get it through the hoop the most times? Or who can get it to hit the target the most times? And each time you get it through the hoop or you hit the target, you get 5 points. And maybe you say, okay, everyone gets 4 tries. Whoever gets the most points after 4 tries is the winner, okay? And then what I want you to do is analyze that person. So if you see someone keeps getting it in the hoop or someone keeps hitting the target, you should be thinking, how are they holding that differently than me? How are they throwing it? Where does their arm go? And see if you can kind of copy their movement and copy how they're holding it so that you can be accurate too. And if you are the person who is the most accurate, you should be helping and sharing your skills because we want everyone to be able to improve. And then the last thing you're going to do is make sure you're sharing your recording sheet with me. So in your recording sheet, your name should be filled out with your teacher. All of this data should be filled out. And then down here it says pictures. Make sure you take a picture of yourself. I miss your sweet faces. I want to see you. A picture of yourself with your gliders. It could be a family picture. It could be an individual picture, but not just the gliders. I want to see you with your work. Make sure you put some pictures in here. I don't care if you fill up the whole next page. I love you guys and I want to see you. Add some pictures. And then over here, there is this blue button that says share. Okay, yours might be gold, but when you click share, you're going to type in my name, Kessel, and there it is, Diane Kessel at Dearborn Schools, and you're going to click send, and then this whole recording sheet will get sent to me so that I can see your work. Then you don't have to email me, you don't have to put it on your teacher's class dojo or whatever. You can just send it to me this way, okay? So, my young Padawans, I know this was a long video, but I hope you're up for the challenge to become a Jedi Master. I cannot wait to see your designs and your faces and your pictures and read your data. And I hope you have what it takes to be a Jedi Master. May the Force be with you.